I recently saw The Call and this is what the movie's about. It's about a 911 operator doing her job and she gets a phone call about a burglary, so she tells caller Leia Templeton to hide. After they accidentally disconnect, Jordan calls back to cost Leia both her hiding spot and her life. After Jordan blames herself for 6 months, she then tries to redeem herself by guiding instructions to a kidnapped girl named Casey Wilson who's inside a car's trunk. Let's talk about Jordan and her work environment. As you can already tell, she likes to reject handicapped people.
Missed your chance, Marco.
Oh, I had a chance?
And she works with other 911 operators who don't know how to do their own jobs.
Hey, Jordan, what's the code for a multiple static?
Jordan also disobeys rules by not following the law with misusing of 911 calls when her drunk friend calls.
911, where's your emergency?
God damn it! Why am I in here?
Hi, Terrence. How you doing?
And he doesn't do this once, he does this twice. He should be arrested by now.
911, what's your emergency?
God damn it!
When Jordan tells Leia Templeton to hide, Leia informs Jordan that her door won't lock.
I'm upstairs in my room, but
The door won't lock!
But it's Leia's own room. She should have been aware about her broken door lock. But anyways, as the burglar takes his sweet ass time looking around, it kinda makes you wonder, where the hell are the cops? Check this out, the burglar looks under the bed, but here's a twist. Leia was hiding under the bed too! But she didn't get caught that way, she gets caught later on, and not because of Jordan calling her back, but only because of her obsessive loud breathing. When Jordan sees the news about her kidnapped victim found dead the next day, I found it extremely disrespectful to show the dead body live on TV. Yes, it's being fuzzed, but at the same time, let's think realistic here, people. Nobody in TV news would do that in real life. Meh, except Fox News. Looking at 16-year-old girls from 2013 makes you think, it's amazing how much society has evolved from 2013 to 2019. Wait, this girl isn't 16? The one in the video right now is 15? Oh. Oh dear God. You're probably thinking that Jordan's main enemy is the burglar, but no, it's Josh. And let me give you his backstory. After Jordan's traumatizing experience, she switches jobs by teaching 911 operator newbies on how burglary doesn't really exist in the world like the one she recently had with Leia Templeton. She gets fed up with Josh asking too many questions, so she roasts him in front of his peers.
What's your name again?
Josh.
Okay, listen, Josh. The most important thing to remember about this job is this. Stay emotionally detached and never ever make promises. Because you can't keep them. Okay?
Oof, Jordan, you bitch. Back in the mall after finishing their hangout, Casey Wilson gets kidnapped in public sight with no witnesses in the parking lot. She calls 911 with a mid-2000s cell phone because, well, let's face it, if she used an iPhone, this movie would have been over 2 minutes later. But she has this because she has this, alright? When Casey calls to report her kidnapping, the newbie 111 operator reaches for some pencil and paper, even though we've all seen all 911 operators use the computer. And I don't know what she's doing, but I'm pretty sure her Taco Bell dog isn't going to help her at this point. The new girl doesn't know what to do, so Jordan takes over. Remember that one rule Jordan said?
And never ever make promises. Because you can't keep them.
We are gonna find you, okay, honey?
you promise.
You promise you're gonna find me?
I can promise you this, sweetheart, okay?
You're fired!
After breaking her second rule, other than calling her friends on an emergency dispatch,
911, what's your emergency?
God damn it!
Jordan officially takes over to guide instructions, but Casey's boyfriend calls, and she's hilariously debates whether to hang up her 911 call to answer her boyfriend, or to dismiss the call and stay with the 911 operator. I'm not kidding.
If you're on a freeway or if you're on Surface Street.
Oh, no.
What?
No, somebody's calling it.
Don't answer it.
Casey, it's important you don't hang up on me.
Casey, do not break contact with me, sweetheart.
Casey, stay on the line.
Casey, I can't lose you, honey. Stay on the line.
What's happening?
Can you tell?
And then Jordan's boss, the magician, distracts Jordan with her amazing magic tricks, because in one scene, she has her headset, and in the other, it just disappears. Amazing. In the movie, we also stumble upon women who don't follow instructions on 911 operators. Take the scene for example.
Someone's stuck in the trunk of the car in front of me. It's a red Camry.
Hey, ma'am, what road are you on?
The 170.
Heading north.
Can you tell me the license plate number on that car? Can you do that?
I'm coming up to him. I'll get a description for you.
No, wait. Ma'am, do not approach the vehicle. The driver is suspected in the kidnapping. Okay, do not approach the vehicle.
Getting off.
Jordan then tells Casey to look around the trunk. Casey then finds something extremely shocking, so I'm gonna have to give you guys a warning. Inside the trunk, that if you blink you'll miss it, she'll find something very horrible. I kid you not. You have been warned. She finds Josh, Jordan's arch nemesis, and I'm joking. It's just a shovel.
He's gonna bury me.
Jordan then tries to calm Casey down.
What's your favorite movie?
What?
What's your favorite movie?
Just tell me. Tell me, what is it?
Bridesmaids.
Oh my glob!
The kidnapper then turns on the radio, and the music sounds really oddly familiar. So Jordan tells Casey to open a can of paint so she can try to leave a trail out of the car. But when they come to a complete stop through a red traffic light, Casey for some reason doesn't do anything. It's like she takes a break from her kidnapping. So a rich man finds it suspicious, so he calls 911 on his mid-2000s cell phone instead of a smartphone. But he gets kidnapped too. And they switch cars. They make a pretty good damn comedic kidnap duo.
Why, please stop, please. Stop, please.
I don't know who's smarter in this situation, the girl telling him to be quiet or else they'll die, or the shouting man who manages to find the release lever. It's like Casey didn't listen to Jordan earlier on.
First thing I need you to do is look inside that trunk and see if you can find a release lever.
Usually it glows in the dark.
But he does end up getting stabbed, and Casey gets her final warning even though it wasn't even her fault. But she does get her final strike when she tries to escape again, but her butt's too big. The kidnapper burns the man in public plain sight with no witnesses, I guess. While the cops find out, wait no, not the cops, it was the fingerprint people, or whatever the hell you call them. They found out who took the girl, not the cops. The cops just took credit.
Adam 16, we got a hit on that print.
But this movie gave me the idea that when I get my driver's license or state ID, I'm going to squint as much as humanly possible, so police can't recognize me in public when I'm wanted. After Jordan is told to go home after a long suspenseful day, she continues to disobey her boss by staying after hours listening to the audio her and Casey had. We then cut away to the cops failing miserably at their job.
Double check, quadruple check, triple check. He's not getting through this point, all right? He is not getting through here. Help him look.
You got anything?
No, not yet.
Meanwhile, Casey's in the trap house being violently tortured. She struggles to get her arm out, but then gets the other arm out like it was nothing. Casey runs and stumbles upon a room with someone very shocking.
Oh, you're not gonna want to see that.
She sees the real villain, Josh from Jordan's students. I'm joking. And then Jordan heads where the signal was lost. She passes by her cop friends, which surprisingly they didn't stop her, call her, or at least waved hello. Anyways, Jordan continues to break the law by entering a yellow do not enter tape home to look around. She enters the house and turns on the lamp? I guess. We then find out that the kidnapper's sister was diseased and passed away due to cancer. Jordan then heads outside and hears something very familiar. Jordan manages to find Casey's phone in a secret underground bunker. How did the cops and their sniffing dog crew not find this?
Double check, quadruple check, triple check. He's not getting through this point, all right?
Jordan then slams open the door, not caring how loud she is and could possibly blow her cover. She attempts to call 911 but her phone falls. Yep, the strong coverless iPhone that doesn't even get a scratch. Casey should get an upgrade.
Oh, awesome, it's broken.
But Jordan can't call 911 because apparently there's no service, even though we saw her cop friend use the phone out there, so what the heck movie. As Jordan continues to close doors loudly as possible inside the secret underground hideout, we then see Jordan's amazing Sonic the Hedgehog-like speed because for some reason the kidnapper didn't see neither her, the light, nor felt her presence in the room. Jordan hides to see the kidnapper smell what appears to be a wig, but Jordan notices a blue strand of hair and realizes he's smelling the scalp of Leia Templeton. You know, the first girl who gets kidnapped in the movie? The cops call Jordan to tell her that they found the kidnapper's car.
Hey, Jordan. Hey, we found the Lincoln.
Wait, Didn't they found the car already? Right there, the one where the guy is too hesitant to touch. Or maybe the cop forgot they found it, so they found it again. Yeah, they don't do anything in the movie. Take a look at the scene. When Casey and Jordan escape, the kidnapper climbs up the door and doesn't take a step forward. But then, it just so happens, the kidnapper gets stabbed. How is that possible if what's standing between Casey and the kidnapper is a giant door hole? Unless Casey's a goddamn ninja and has a good tomahawk skill, then she's excused. As the kidnapper is just trying his best not to fall down, but he could just simply put his foot on the steps, he falls down. And Jordan goes to call 911, but her phone doesn't have service. Wait. What? But instead, both Jordan and Casey break the law by tampering with evidence and lying to the police.
So when did the police get here?
Police?
I escaped. Jordan found me in the woods. And you? Disappeared.
What?
And that's the call. Ugh. This took a long time. 3 things that bother me in this movie is, well, the close-ups. They put too much of it. They can make the shots look so long you'll get annoyed of them, to downright silly you won't take some scenes seriously. And they can make you feel a little bit uncomfortable and disgusted. Oh yeah, and there's a bunch of unnecessary pop-outs.
911, where's your...
The Call isn't really a horror movie, but it likes to throw in some pop-outs for you just to mix it in with the suspense. There's so many pop-outs that the director just wants to mess with you that you can't even be safe, not even for a green traffic light. The last thing that bugs me about this movie is the cops, and this compilation should be pretty self-explanatory.
I'll be here with you.
What do you got?
Mary T, this is 14667. You're on cocaine and your pink trail. So are we looking at anything?
Partials? You're telling me you can't find one solid print?
You got anything for me, Paul?
I don't know yet.
Hey, you got anything?
No, not yet. It's empty. Sign of Foster or the girl or the Lincoln. This place is a dead end. All right, everyone, let's clear out of here. I want barricades on
The only thing the cops do in this movie is literally just point to guns and shout at the woman who's trying to enjoy her peaceful Sunday evening with her 2 kids.
Police, don't move! Is Michael Foster in this house? Hey, talk to me!
Yes, I am his wife! You have no right.
I have right. I have a right to arrest you for obstruction. That's my right. Where's the house?
What the hell is this about?
Let me just say that Halle Berry did an amazing performance in this movie. Her acting is so on point, I could feel the suspense vibe and her anxiety going through her acting. And kudos to Abigail Williams with her well-acted role as a kidnapped teen. She worked really nice with Halle.
Oh, I'm gonna help you, honey, okay?
Please, you have to help me.
Casey, listen to me, sweetheart, okay? We are gonna... You are not... Casey, you are not gonna die.
They both did a great job, the acting is outstanding, and the story's just interesting to watch. It honestly kept me at the edge of my seat. I kid you not that I actually rewatched this 4 times. I couldn't help it. It was that good of a suspenseful movie that I just had to watch it multiple times just to find scenes to criticize it, thus having the reason why this video is so long. I could talk about this movie for hours, it's really good. So with that said out of the way, I give The Call 9 Joshes out of 10. I strongly recommend it for a good movie night. This was a long video.